All right, welcome back. If you, quote, think like a hacker, can you and your company be better guarded against cyber threats? Well, Jeremy Dodson is a cybersecurity expert and co founder of Peak Solutions, helping businesses stay ahead of evolving threats. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you for having me.
It is great. Okay, so you got to tell me, what does it mean to think like a hacker?
Well, to think like a hacker means that you want to put yourself in the adversarial shoe, or I guess the attacker's shoe.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, much easier. But you want to think about it as what is your organization exposing, and how can you stop that from happening before it happens. All too often, companies will react to situations that happen to them. Thinking like an attacker, in essence, is be proactive, understand where you're vulnerable, and stop those attacks from happening ahead of time.
So be aware of the weak spots in the velociraptor fence, like on Jurassic Park.
There you go.
There we go. That's the whole
Exactly.
thing. Okay. So, what are some of the common security gaps or mistakes or weak spots in the fence that you see companies making that are just their blind spots?
Yeah, so a lot of times it's people. All
Oh.
right. So we expect people to protect us. We expect, for us business owners, we want or think that our employees care a lot about what we do, but that's not always the case. So people can be a problem, but also reliance on tools can be a problem. And the reason I put the two together is because when you rely on tools to be your defense, and you have people using those tools that either don't know how to use them or don't care to always check the logs or validate if something's real
I
or
was
not.
going to say, yeah, what
Correct.
exactly are these tools? Like, we're not talking about tool, hardware store tools.
Correct. These, well, sometimes it is, but yes, in this particular case, you can think about it as tools that are scanning your environment.
Okay.
You could think about it as the locks on the doors. It could be the cameras that are watching different areas and not understanding blind spots. It's people doing due diligence, utilizing the things that the company has provided them to protect that organization.
Because what good is a door lock if you forget to use it?
Oh, all too often. In fact, I will talk with a lot of the people that when we go in and try and break into companies to help them out, all too often I will watch people I'm mentoring to see if they do the first thing they should do, which is check the door. A lot of times, they'll pull out their lock picks, they'll get all excited, walk up to the door, and their adrenaline is pumping, and then I'll walk up and just push down on the paddle, and the door opens.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, I want to go back to because this really caught my attention. Did you say break into companies?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
part of the
Yep.
how you guys help people find the solutions?
Yeah, so we get hired sometimes to do what's called a physical and or a full scope pen test and or red teaming. And the
Okay.
idea is that we sit and we will not let the organization know when it's going to happen, but they hire us, and within a certain time, we will attempt to break in and do some things to prove we were there. Leave behinds is what some people will do, or put notes in certain areas to show that you made it into areas you weren't supposed to be there. But the idea is we sit, we plan, we think like the attacker, we look for those weak points, the openings in the fence,
Yep.
and we exploit them. And the idea becomes by us doing it, then they can bypass the need to have it happen to them from a real attacker and plug those holes early.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So then also tell me, does AI factor into any of this? Because this is
yeah.
becoming a growing thing in everybody's world.
Yeah, and it's almost making things worse. Like we do things faster in a worse way. And this goes back to the people and the tools, right? So now we have a over-reliance on AI with its ability to very confidently tell us that it's either plugged the holes or it sees no problems. But without understanding context, an attacker may not, AI in general, may not understand how another AI would be able to bypass it. Because yes, as defenders have AI tools, attackers have these same AI tools. And attackers use them all the time, whereas a defending one organization is only going to defend against a certain amount of attacks.
Okay.
So the models that are being used for the attacker are learning much faster than the ones that are defending.
Oh, okay. So we're almost talking about two different levels of AI intelligence.
Correct.
Oh, okay. All right. So then how do you counter AI disinformation for your clients, let's say.
Yeah, you educate the people. So the idea is tools should always empower individuals. You want to be able to think about, giving a child a crayon, and for the first time, they may hold it with a full fist, and they may just move it around a piece of paper. But if you give them something that tells them where their fingers should be, or helps them like put the pad of paper down so that it keeps the paper stable, they're going to be more successful than if you just let them be creative. It's the same idea with tools, right? When you give tools to a cybersecurity specialist and you enhance it with AI, you need to let that tool empower them, not replace them. And that is what's happening, is that people are looking for opportunities for AI to replace these individuals instead of empowering them. And in essence, you now have AI automatically coloring all over the place when it really needs someone to teach it how to do what it's supposed to do correctly. To check when it does something incorrectly, we as humans have to train that model.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time, but if you can very quickly just give me one or two ideas that a family or an individual can do to protect themselves.
I would say practice,
Okay.
stay curious about your environment, and by doing both of those things, you do things that will protect yourself, protect your family, and make sure that you're in essence protecting those around you.
All right. Well, Jeremy Dodson, thank you so much giving us some insight into how to better protect ourselves, especially in this digital world. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you for having me.